Hi, this is Abhimanyu from DNA, and I have everyone's favorite toxic married couple, which is Celebrimbor and Sauron.
Yes.
Charlie Vickers and Charles. Thank you for your time, gentlemen. And I think I don't think I could have found a better sort of description of your equation on the show in season 2, because it's one of manipulation and gaslighting, the thing that is going on right now. How fun was it to play that, first of all, and how taxing was it? Tell me.
It was both. I mean, it was incredibly fun. I think the fun far outweighed the difficulty of filming, and we were super lucky with the circumstances. I mean, we were able to film it all chronologically. We were on pretty much the same set the whole time and working with each other, and we really connected, and also the group of people that we worked with, directors and other cast that would come in and out of the story. It was an absolute joy.
Yeah, and the more challenging and extreme the material, I mean, any actor will tell you, I'm sure, that's when the fun really begins.
Yeah.
And particularly if it's psychological kind of mental torture, that's juicy stuff.
Always
juicy stuff.
It's always
Yeah,
fun,
yeah.
Matt.
But okay, I have a question for you, tricky one. Have you been gaslit in your real life?
I can't talk about that now.
I'll take that as a yes, but
That's very heavy.
Wow, it's still early.
yeah, before breakfast. But what do you do? Like as an actor, do you draw from real life incidences, or do you just focus on the character? What do you do?
Both. You do draw on whatever you have in your back pocket from whatever you may have experienced, or remember how you felt at a certain time. Those things are always useful, particularly things you now have distance from.
Right.
Things that have happened to you in the past, so you remember how you felt, and always drawing on your own experience.
I have one question for you. Is that Sauron, in whatever form, has always been non-human before this series, and that's easy to be, because you can portray him as intimidating as possible. I mean, that eye was an emblem of being scary. The necromancer in the Hobbit films was scary because of the VFX. You are stripped of all that.
Yeah.
Charlie Vickers is told, you have nothing. We will not give you any additions. We won't give you contact lenses or whatever. You have to be as scary as Sauron. What's that challenge like?
I mean, you mean as in like in my everyday life or in the show?
In the show.
Yeah, because I do have contact lenses in the show.
Okay, you do.
They make my eyes look kind of red.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know, actually. Maybe green.
They're
I don't know.
unnerving.
Yeah.
But other than that, you have nothing pretty much.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, the whole thing is about, I think it's less about being scary and more about trying to embody the, for me, it was just like, I wasn't going into it with the intention of being scary. It was more, I wanted to have a level of movement and wisdom and try and cultivate like a gravitas of stillness, and then let the storytelling kind of create the scariness, right? And I haven't seen what happens later in the season yet, but like I feel like the extremity of the situation means the character gets a bit scary, simply because the stakes are so high that I have no choice. If I want to achieve my goal, like the core of the character, to heal and save Middle-earth, things get pretty urgent.
Yeah.
And then I think maybe a scariness comes from that.
It does. He
that,
is scary.
You know that people are sharing your image as Anatar Sauron and saying, I can fix him. That's sort of going around on the internet right now. Your
Well,
reaction?
can they? I don't know.
I mean, he's tried. Celebrimbor has tried.
Yeah, he tried it. You've got to watch out with Sauron, because things can get pretty dangerous.
Okay, what's the most fun thing that you had while shooting? The most fun instance? That'll close with that.
There are so many, and we think about this often. The whole thing, honestly, was from the beginning to end, months in that set. We had fun every day. Again, as we've already talked about, with the rich.
Scene?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that was fun. Yeah, that was challenging, that scene. But in terms of laughter, there was a lot of that offset because of the intensity of the stuff we were doing on set. Funny stuff it always makes me laugh when Charlie trips over his robes.
Yeah, all the time. I was very inexperienced with robes before this season.
Yeah.
Whereas these guys were very good at it.
Yeah, the Dark Lord tripping doesn't.
No, it's not very Sauron.
Very majestic, yeah.
And you can't take the hem of the cloak up. That's out of the question.
No, because you can't see your ankles.
No.
Yeah.
So
That's not very Sauron either. It's got very thin ankles. And actually, it's quite upsetting that one of the first shots of the season is my ankle.
Yes.
And every time
Did
they
you
come,
feel
like,
that when
God,
you were shooting it?
Yeah, I was
You
like,
go,
oh, this is the
why
worst
did I put
bit."
my hand down?
Well, yeah, why are they focusing on my ankles?
Okay, just last question. Did you take any souvenirs from the set?
I wish I had, but I didn't.
I have a 3D bust of myself.
What's that from?
They scanned me with the 3D scanner.
Is
So,
that
like,
is that narcissistic or not? I don't know what to say.
well, I don't have it on display in my
Okay,
house
that's good.
because it's quite,
the first thing you
quite
see when you walk
unnerving.
into his
Yeah,
house.
it's huge. It's like 8 foot tall and 7 feet wide.
Oh.
No, it's not. It's about this big,
okay.
and I think it's in a cupboard. I think I might auction it off or do something because I can't be having that in my house.
Thank you for the time, gentlemen, and all the best for the show, which drops
Thank
on
you very
Amazon
much.
Prime Video on August 29. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.